Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Geek Channel with another video. And today is a very special day because we're celebrating a film that just turned 10 years old, and a little film called Tangled. Tangled was released 2010, and I was 11 years old when I saw this film, and it's celebrating 10-year anniversary on one of my favorite Disney film of all time. My number one favorite Disney film, this Disney animated film, to be exact. But Tangled to me is really special. Let's go through my past. 2010. I remember seeing the trailers for Tangled that never interested seeing. Back then I was not into kind of Disney princesses kind of stuff. I seen some films. Not Tangled. What I'm saying. I seen Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty before, when I was really, really young, when I was 6 or 5 years old. I would never really love them, but there's some scene that's very entertaining, but when Tango was about to come out in theaters, I was never really interested in seeing the movie. Like, the trailer never got my attention. I was more of an action, you know, type of movie than like Disney princess, like girly kind of film. And back then I didn't have a mindset that these are stories or characters. I Back then I seen them as their girly film. They're not for me. But going in watching Tango, because I didn't have a choice. My mom wanted to see it, my dad wanted to see it, my brothers wanted to see it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with them because it was Thanksgiving week. During Thanksgiving break when this film came out, and we saw it. As soon the beginning of this movie, for whatever strange reason, in my brain when I was 11 years old, I was into the movie. I was really hooked in the movie. That as soon as we see Rapunzel as a character, different from the other Disney princesses that we have seen from the past, something unique and to do something refreshing that we haven't seen as a Disney princess character. And Rapunzel, as soon she comes in on screen, something was new about this movie. They're going something a different route. Rather what we see from the different Disney princesses film that we have seen, like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, I'm not Tangled. What I'm saying, Cinderella, Pocahontas, Mulan. Like Tangled to me. As soon this particular scene, I see the light. One of my favorite songs showed up on scene on a big screen. I was immediately fell in love with the movie, which is something that's really rare because like after Tangled, like 2011, 12, I became a Disney fan once again. I became collecting all the Disney Blu-rays, as well watching this and come to appreciate the films I love. Now I became, a fan of. For example, Sleeping Beauty. Back then I didn't like it, but now it also is in my top 2 favorite Disney animated films of all time. Tangled is very special near to my heart. That it changed my expectation to Disney animated films from now on, in the future on. When Moana or Raya the Last Dragon is coming out really soon, like the future Disney princesses films, I'm going in with an open mind like I did with Tangled. Tangled, when I saw it, I just love the characters. I just love the animation. Something about that film that just changed my life. Not necessarily changed my life, but changed the going into the movies, watching. When you think the trailer didn't do for you, when it feels like a girly movie, like this is a very girls only film, I don't think of that anymore. Back then, yes, because I remember I didn't want to see Enchanted starring Amy Adams because it's a girly film. I didn't see it. Well, I did end up seeing it with my cousin because my cousin invited me and my mom to see it with them. I ended up and really enjoyed it. But Tangled is the one. Opened my mind. Something unique, something really special about this film. And it still remains one of my favorite Disney animated films of all time. My number one. Um, Still do. It's rewatchable every time. After the movie came out in theaters, I rewatch those Tangled every time now and then because I just love Tangled very much. It took me a long time to finally own a Blu-ray. I own a I still own the Blu-ray. I want to upgrade on 4K. Is it available on 4K? I'm not sure, but owning a Blu-ray satisfied me because I just love this movie. I really do. I just love the voice acting from Mandy Moore to Psycho Levi. I just love the character Flynn and Rapunzel. Rapunzel is one of the most endearing, charming, delightful character who was stuck in the tower for a longer time since she was a kid, and the sense of isolation, a fish out of water kind of story. Um, that will put them introduced to Flynn and have a great chemistry and a great camaraderie to each other. That they trust each other. And the songs are amazing. My favorite is "I See the Light," which is one of the most beautiful, peaceful song that ever released by Disney. Obviously, "You'll Be My Heart" still remains my favorite Disney songs, but "I See the Light" is so good, and I still own the song on my phone, and I hear it every day because it called me, it soothed me, and "I See the Light" is a beautiful song, and that scene particular as well is just so beautiful and just so colorful and vivid and just vibrant, and at the same time it's like a peaceful scene between the character that Rapunzel always want to see these lanterns light that showed up every time, every year on her birthday. And it's a beautiful scene that she finally achieved what she wanted to do in her life. Is see this lantern light showcase in person, rather seen like far away, and that she painting the light lanterns on her wall in the tower. And it's a beautiful scene. And also the side character, the horse and the chameleon are both great comedic slapstick side character that used very well in the story. That's part of the story as well. With and it's just a fun time. And as again, I just love the animation. In this this is the first of the 3D animation that's about to begin. Prince and the Frog is the very last one, and then Tangled, and boom, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Moana, forward, and it's a beautiful fresh air, a breath of fresh air. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like yes, I do miss the 2D animation style, but at the same time, Tangled is just a refreshing um, step to the future to change the style what it was in the back in the day with traditional 2D animations films. And Tangled is a great one. I just love this one. And after watching this movie when I was 11 years old, I just fell in love with this movie. I'm honestly, I'm so glad I saw this in theaters in 2010, and it was part of like a pleasant surprise film that I did not expect to love this movie, but I did because it was something unique and new in this film that just changed my mind to say I just love this movie because of the characters and the story that makes it so charming and delightful to watch. And I can't believe this film came out 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I was 11 years old. 2010 was the year that I'm finally back on becoming a Disney fan once again. When I was a kid, I was a big Disney fan, and then I fell off, and now I came back because there was some stinker that came out during the 2000s era. Mr. Robinson's, Chuck Little, Home on the Range. They kind of fell off, and then when Tangled came along, and also The Prince and the Frog and Bolt, the new renaissance it began, and Tangled is brought me back to become a Disney fan again and start collecting the Disney Blu-rays. And just because I just love Disney as a whole, as a studio, not only as a studio but as everything. Tangled means everything to me. Just 10 years ago. Wow. I kind of wish Tangled gained more popularity than what that Frozen has. yes, Frozen is overrated in my opinion, but I do enjoy the movie Frozen. Frozen 2 is better, but than Frozen, by the way. But I'm still waiting for Tangled 2. I know there's a show. It's actually a really good show that they did in Disney Junior. When they released, I believe Disney Channel, Disney Junior, whatever it is. But I saw it on Disney Plus for the very first time. And it's a really, really good show. But I kind of wish there's a Tangled 2. But Tangled, it still remains one of my favorites Disney film of all time. It's rewatchable and just if I ever had a kid, that would be a first Disney movie to watch for sure, without doubt. Because Tangled is really special, near to my heart, and it's just something I'm so happy I saw this in theaters and experienced it for the first time. And yeah, I mean, yeah, 10 years ago, man, 10 years ago, Tangled came out in theaters, and it's just I'm smiling right now. Like I'm planning to rewatch this movie tonight because I want to. And ah, this film, this little film, that words are escaping right now, and just it's a beautiful movie and exciting as well. There's so many great moments. It's like the characters so fleshed out, really well developed. And Rapunzel is one of my favorite Disney princesses, next to Aurora and Belle, and it's just so good. It's just so good. I just love the animation, those songs, everything else. I'm repeating words that I can't, saying new words that I. What can I say that's already been said? You know, like Tangled is one of the best Disney films of all time, in my opinion, because I love this movie. It's rewatchable. I own a Blu-ray, and I believe it's on 4K. If it's on 4K, I'm definitely upgrading soon because I know it can look great on 4K. And Tangled, I'm not gonna give the grades. This is like talking about my experience on Tangled. This is not even a review, but this kind of review. Obviously I love this movie, but my experience watching Tangled is really special to me when I saw this movie with my family, and like after watching this movie when I got in theaters, it hasn't escaped my mind. This film stuck with me for years because of the song "I See the Light." I hear that song every time. It's replayable and ugh, so good. I just love this movie, and I decided to do this video. This wasn't planned, but I decided to talk about my experience on watching this movie for the very first time and what's my experience like. At first, I was never interested in seeing this movie, and I went to see this movie because my family wanted to see it, and we decided, run out, let's go see this movie, and then it completely changed my mind. Now I love this movie, and yeah, yeah, um, yeah, happy 10th anniversary, man. Tangled, 10 years old. Whew, man, Tangled, what a great film. What a great film. If you notice, we put up a Christmas tree right now. So on December 1st, I'm going to release a Home Alone review. But before you're gonna watch that video, it's pre-recorded. The Christmas tree hasn't set up yet. So I'm warning you about that because I did rewatch this movie in November to prepare for the review. And yeah, whatever. Off topic. But yeah, Tangled. 10 years old. Happy 10 years anniversary, Tangled. I mean, yeah. I hope you enjoyed talking my experience watching Tangled for the first time, what it means to me, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Follow me on my Twitter and letterbox down below. Yeah, have a great day. Take care.